Paul, I didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice. Welcome back everybody, best friend Koda here. Earlier, the plague vaccines were taken, and our brother Paul was supposed to lead a raid to recovery, but seems like he failed, and we were being sent instead. However, we get a cryptic email from Paul. UNATCO is not what we thought it was. There are sketchy men in black suits all over the base. We seem to be under surveillance, and a mysterious man is ordering manually around. What's going on here? Let's chase down the remaining vaccines and along the way, see if we can figure out what's what. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay informed of future episodes. Let's go. We're back at UNATCO from our previous mission.
Your mission was a success. Report to Mandalay.
Who are these guys? They walk so slowly.
The prisoners on level 3 are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons.
You guys from DC?
Do not question the prisoner yourself.
On my way in, one of the soldiers comments on my playstyle.
I know for a fact from when you were at the academy that you can do more than throw gas grenades and use a prod.
Grenades. So here's why I play stealth and non-lethal. Firstly, the combat in this game isn't great. It takes 5 minutes for your reticle to focus on something. Without it, your shots will be all over the place. And the way to avoid it is through stealth and one-hit kills. Which brings me to the second reason. The stun prod is one of the most powerful weapons. It knocks almost anybody out in 1 or 2 hits. Lastly, I do it for a bit of roleplay, which is why I focus my skills on melee and exploration stuff. Melee to increase my damage with the prod and baton, and exploration stuff so I can avoid more combat. It's worked out pretty well so far. We head in to meet Mandalay. Who's that guy?
I am trying to listen.
Just fire the arrogant son of a bitch.
He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother, and more are on the way.
Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet. Just keep your nose to the pavement.
Oh damn! This guy's a machine. It's like, fuck plants. I walk through plants.
That's against protocol, Agent.
I guess you're smarter now.
I don't think you're supposed to be down here, Agent.
They don't pay you to think, son. Don't mind me, I'm just following you.
I have one question.
They already asked. I don't know.
Get out of here, Denton. This is none of your business.
Simons threatens to imprison the guy's wife and kids. He also refers to RX-84. That was a scenario put together by Reagan-era government, which involved detaining massive numbers of Americans without any due process. Similar to how the Patriot Act allowed wiretaps and detention without any court involvement. Simons also tries to find out whether or not they've been trying to reverse engineer the vaccine. Speaking of the vaccine, here are a few things to keep in mind. It's not actually a vaccine. It's only effective for a limited time, and only one company makes it. No wonder Simons wants to prevent others from reverse engineering it. It's given him and his buddies enormous power. After eavesdropping on the interrogation, we head back to check in with Mandalay.
I will mention in my report that you mistake yourself for a man of steel.
JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
Son of a...
brother screwed up, and he's taking the heat this time. Coalition is letting him go.
Oh damn! So they
turn.
want us to go find their remaining Abridged vaccines. Possibly in an airport somewhere. I used to respect Paul, but seems like he's a bit of a bitch. Alright, before heading out, I'm gonna see if there's anything new for me to steal or any new computers to hack. I ran into the bathroom lady again.
Following me.
Got an email from Paul telling me to trust no one. Digging through the doctor's emails, seems like all augmented agents are equipped with self-destruct bomb, a kill switch if you will. Seems like they're keeping a close eye on us. Let's keep our heads down, we'll play ball with UNATCO until we get an opportunity to find Paul and get some answers. He has a barcode at the back of his head? Let's go. Before we continue, here's an important message. Every day, hundreds of kids are tased for your enjoyment. All they ask in return is a measly like. Let's make their sacrifice mean something. Back to the video! Okay, we're here, New York. Let's ask some of the locals to see if they know where the NSF scum escaped to. I got to the subway station and started chatting with some of the hobos hanging around.
Yes, Lord.
You with the NSF?
They thought they had us licked. Like they think they have us licked tonight. But look at me, young sir. We're God's army, and what infernal devil can stop God's army?
Turns out the NSF has shacked up the group called Mole People.
Because we live underground.
These moles live underground. I had to jump through some hoops, but finally managed to get into their tunnels. Okay. Damn, how did the Mole People create this? Am I fat? Oh man, should I have stayed in there? What is going on? Oh my god. This is sophisticated stuff. If the Mole People had this technology, they would have taken over the overland. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Beijing actually has Mole People. There's a massive underground bunker built in the 70s where they got 300,000 civilians to help. And it's supposed to have capacity for 6 million people. More recently, due to crazy high rent prices, some people have decided to actually live there. There's a Stuff You Should Know episode about it, linked below. Back to the main story. We find the NSF commander in the tunnels, and he actually gives up without a fight.
Hey, I'm just an accountant.
Turns out there are tunnels that lead straight to LaGuardia Airport. I mean, I'm still forced to take him out, just in case. I'll just leave you here.
He was somewhat cooperative, but I had to take him down.
We make our way through the tunnels, taking out a few guards, swimming through what I assume is sewage water, taking out a few patrol robots, and finally making it to the airport. This seems to be a private helipad terminal. These guys are very well funded. Looks like they pretty much own a section of the airport, have their own plane, and attack helicopter. Nice. It seems to me like they're not just some hillbilly gun nuts, but rather have the backing of some sophisticated and wealthy people. Which would make sense. There's a ton of money to be made in selling vaccines. Back at the airport, we slowly make our way through the airport. We're low on health and there are guards everywhere, though some less smart than others. Using cowardly tactics from episode 2, I take down most of the guards. We make our way past the terminal and go outside towards one of the airport hangars, housing a plane owned by one Lebedev. He seems to be the mastermind behind the NSF. We just have to find a way to the hangar and dodge a bunch of murder bots. No problem. Is that Paul? You son of a...
You can relax, JC. I told the troops to stand down. That's right. I'm working for the NSF.
You work for the NSF?
The Grey Death is a man-made virus. Everyone up to the president is at UNATCO's mercy. Join us, JC. Talk to Lebedev. He can convince you.
I don't think so, Paul. You've betrayed UNATCO. I feel like JC's character would be very disturbed by this. To be honest with you, I tried to take Paul out at this point, but he was just too strong for me, so I went to see Lebedev. We'll deal with Paul later. As soon as we approach Lebedev, he shouts that he surrenders, and that UNATCO has a policy against killing unarmed prisoners. Mid-conversation, Anna Navarre runs in and orders us to execute Lebedev. I just ignored her and continued talking with Lebedev, while Anna keeps shouting at me to kill him. He asks if it's an accident that only one company has the cure for the plague, and that he plans to take the vaccine to trace a tongue for replication. Lebedev tells us that Paul switched sides because he found evidence of a conspiracy, that our parents were murdered to hide how we were made, and the parents we knew were actually employees, that we were made by a power-hungry organization looking to control not just governments, but the very chemistry of people. Before he can tell us the name of the organization... What the hell, Anna?
That is what happens to a prisoner who tries to escape.
More than anything Lebedev said, Anna's actions have actually convinced me that he was right. I mean, she's clearly guilty here. Alright, let's see if we can actually save this guy. So I reload, and I plant a few mines next to his door. Again, big conversation, Anna tries to run in and oh no! What an unfortunate accident. What a rotten way to die. As far as UNATCO is concerned, I didn't see nothing.
There was shooting on the 747. I didn't see what happened. I have some bad news about Agent Navarre. Lebedev, a surprise attack.
Now that we're alone, we ask Lebedev for proof of this conspiracy. He says that UNATCO is the proof. That it's actually a cover for a group called Majestic 12. They are the organization that created and augmented us. That if we dig around UNATCO, we'll find the evidence. And with that revelation, we walk out of the plane. UNATCO has taken over the airport and we're ordered back to base. Paul and the remaining NSF have apparently escaped. Man, what's Paul roped me into this time? I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'm having an amazing time. I hope you are too. Don't forget to leave a comment or like the video. And check out the rest of the series on this playlist. Have an amazing day.